And I just want to say that, you know, these apply as well, I think, to nano, right? There's something mysterious, there's something mystical, there's something almost theological when we intervene at the nuclear scale or when we intervene with the world at the nanoscale, especially when we have this rhetoric of creation of new possibilities, creation of new materials. There's a theme of potency, both material potency, that we can do things in the world, that we can change the world, also economic potency, that there's money to be made on this, and I'll talk more about, you know, the capital factor in connection with nano. And I didn't put it on the slide here, but symbolic potency as well. The images of the future, the images of progress, the images of novel invention, I think, are highly potent and highly compelling, right? Secrecy appears constantly throughout the discourse of nuclear issues, but in that discourse it's mostly about national security, protecting dangerous secrets that could affect our security, right? Well, in the world of nano, I think there's a secrecy principle emerging, and one way in which it emerges is not so much about national security, at least not yet, but it's about proprietary commercial knowledge. And I wonder if the guarding of knowledge and the principle of proprietary knowledge is going to play out in ways that are somewhat analogous to the protection of nuclear secrets from 1940s onward, right? I think there's a third kind of secrecy principle at work here too, which also didn't make it to the slide, and that's the idea that the sort of the Francis Bacon idea that we are intervening in nature and exposing nature's secrets. And of course, feminists have had a good time critiquing the way that Bacon chooses to talk about revealing nature's secrets. Okay, and the fourth theme, entelechy or teleology, which I've mentioned before, the idea of inevitability and taking this to its logical conclusion. Okay, last year I was the co-editor of a book called Nuclear Legacies that looks at this word legacies is not one we made up. It comes from the discourse of the Department of Energy's U.S. nuclear weapons complex, where they produced weapons in World War II and throughout the Cold War, and now there are enormous environmental cleanup problems at the Department of Energy sites. Well, they constantly use the term legacy to talk about what has happened at these sites. And one observation that we make is that the term legacy, on the one hand, it kind of says we've received this legacy and we have a responsibility to deal with it, but it also functions as a kind of alibi that this is something that was passed on to us by others. Other people made mistakes and now we're here to clean up the mess. So interestingly, the same institution that historically made those mistakes, now it has a new name and it's been slightly made over, but that same institution is now free from the burden of responsibility for things that happened in the past. Well, are we going to be talking that way about nanotechnology legacies in 50 years or 100 years or whenever those epidemiological results start to come in? I can't help but wonder, right?